Now I bet you have sound. Let's see if you have sound now. All right. Hey, good to see everybody today. Today is going to be a show tip. Don't forget here, folks, though, to put your country, city, state, etc. Would love to have that. Know where you're all checking in from. So hopefully you can hear me. I see Jalin, who is a community member, which is right over here. You can see a little circle next to her name right down there, circle with the little lines in it. That's a membership. Thank you for being a member. Mike, who is also here from Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada, as well, a member. Then we have Gil. Look at there. Hello from upstate South Carolina. Good to see you. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, you can hear sound. Okay, good. Mike says, everybody like that smash button and show your support for the channel. Mike, did you print those things for me? That's your reminder. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. Anyway, so let's check out today. What we're talking about is I'm talking about incognito window. I've done this a couple tips on this just to show you and share with you some cool things and reasons why. And I'm real curious if you use incognito. I'd like to know why or when you use it, because I know sometimes there's a lot of times where I don't want the necessary. I'll give you a scenario. Let's just make this easy. Start off with a scenario. My wife says, hey, we're going to get some flowers for my mom for Mother's Day or whatever. Well, because Google listens to you and everybody listens to you, and I hope I didn't set everybody's device off if you use a G product. I'm going to say G instead of the other word, so that way I don't set devices off, if I remember. There's times when you don't necessarily want that in your history, because there's benefits and arguments and etc. about, hey, they're listening, they always know, and that's true. But sometimes it's very, very helpful. Like if I'm looking for something and all of a sudden I see an ad for something pop up that's something I'm interested in, there's a debate there. Is that good? Is that bad? Well, sometimes you just have to say, okay, do I want this or do I not? Oh, hey, Heather, how are you? Good to see her here. This is a couple times I've seen her now. Good to see you, young lady. I want to see and check. If you're watching this later, please put in the comments. I would love to hear how or when you use incognito mode. Some of you may not even know about incognito mode, but I've shared this with community members, and I wanted to share this today. So let's go right into it. I'm going to slide on over to my phone and show you on my phone first how I go incognito on Chrome, but also incognito on YouTube. Because YouTube on a phone is very simple and it has a setting, but I'll show you on the computer where it doesn't. Let's get right to it. I'm going to slide on over. I'm over here. Now I'm over here, and it might sound at a distance. So let me just let me know if you can't hear me for whatever reason, so I can come over closer or do whatever. Okay, so I have my phone right here. I'm going to go ahead and open up YouTube. Go into YouTube. The best way to go is to get into incognito. You would think like up here's a menu. You would think maybe that would have something there, but this is just telling you what you're interested in. If I go down at the very bottom, the far right icon, and this could change. This is 2024, so it could change very much so. But up at the top here, there's a little line right below all your credentials at the top. You can see switch account, Google account, and right over here is turn on incognito. So you can turn it on right on YouTube, which is super cool. I mean, that's pretty awesome to have that feature, to be able to do that right in there. Now, what you can do on Chrome, let me get to that. Let's go to Chrome right down here. While on mobile, since we're on mobile, I'll stay there. You can hit the three dots, and you can do a new incognito tab and do your searching on your phone incognito. So that's on the phone. They make it fairly simple on the phone. It's not too bad on the computer too, but YouTube doesn't have it. So that's what I wanted to share with you next. So let's go right into, pop into, here we go. So here I have open a page on YouTube. Let me just go first. Let me just go this one first. Let's go to Chrome. So I got a blank Chrome, and anything that I search for, it's going to give me ideas of what I've searched for here recently. It also has a history It builds a history, and you can see, and it actually has a history from each one of my devices. So I can pull up and see what my history is on each device. So that's a little tidbit tip there. So that might be something that you didn't know about, that maybe I taught you that as well. Also, let's see. So right here, when I click on the three dots, and if you don't know where I am, I'm going to go up here, let you see a little bit better. And right up here, there's three dots. You can kind of see those on my screen. So I'm going to click on those three dots, and I can start a new incognito window. What it does is it opens a whole new tab. So if you wanted to have a tab open, like I have 5 monitors, I can put one tab over there with all my normal stuff, and then one over here. Let's say I'm helping my wife look for those flowers, or let's say we're planning a trip, but I don't necessarily want to save all the data. I just want to do some research. So I go in here and I say, oh, what about cabins in such and such mountain or something like that? So I can do this incognito where there's no history. And if I go to the three dots on this particular window, you can see there's no history. Browsing data, clear browsing data, but it doesn't really matter. It still has all of these same tools, but there's no history. So it doesn't collect anything, which some people don't believe that it doesn't. Some people don't believe that it doesn't collect, but I don't know. That's debatable. So YouTube, if you go into settings, or you go into let's say if I hit my icon up in the top right, which is what I've done. Let me just do that. Let me get out of this real quick. Go back out. Okay. So up here, I'm going to click on my icon. This is where I get to a bunch of stuff and check stuff on my channel. If I click on this, there's nothing that says incognito, and you can't find it in any of these locations, even in settings, nowhere there. There's no way to do incognito. Let's see, we're at 7 minutes right now. Yeah, I don't want this to be too long, but that's okay, because I just want this to be helpful to people when they come back on and rewatch this. So this is one of those show tips that I'm doing. So what you would have to do is you would have to go through Chrome. Just do an incognito window, go to YouTube. And you saw a bunch of videos that came up before. Try searching to get started. There's absolutely nothing. There's nothing that comes up. There's no, hey, you've been watching this, or you've been doing this, all this kind of stuff. It's pretty interesting. So now you have a complete search that you do. If I wanted to search for whatever, like different flower bouquets or something like that, if that's what we were doing, getting something for my mom for Mother's Day or something like that. So that's some of the reasons and why, and the things that we do for incognito. There'd be reasons why to use why you would use that. So yes, exactly. So let's go back. I'm going to catch up on some of the comments, because we got quite a few that was John says, I've used incognito mode to check websites and logins when one of our computer club members has an issue. Very, very good point. I love incognito to check on stuff that I'm usually signed in for, but want to see what other people see. That's a great point too, Heather. Thank you for sharing that. That's a very common thing. You don't want to see it because when you have the account, it looks different to you many times, especially like a YouTube or something. Yes, sometimes I do not want to be tracked, of course. Yes. And then, hi friends, miss you so much. Yepper. For no tracking for ads. Yep, all valid points. And then I try to remember use incognito mode for researching for day job stuff to minimize ads later. Oh, that's a great point. Yes, a lot of people, like, one thing I'll do for Little League, and then one I'll do for my job, and then I'll do one for my tech stuff, and then baseball or umpire and that kind of stuff. So I do so many things, but yes. And interesting, in YouTube, had no idea. There you go. There you go. I do that all the time. Very a popular way to go about it. So I also use incognito mode when using multiple Gmail, YouTube, Facebook accounts. Exactly. I'm going to show you one last trick or tip. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but I am going to share with you something that's pretty cool on the same lines. Mike, thanks for sharing. Great way to support the channel is become a YouTube member. Just click the join button and you too will get a cool icon beside your name, username plus more. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. So yeah, what he's talking about is right down here. Oh, can I get it? There it is, right over there. That little mark next to his name means he's a member. Love to have you at the middle level or higher so you get all the tips and stuff, and we do stuff like that. Love the transitions. Thank you. I appreciate that. There you go. Tipette, French word. I miss it being called the hamburger menu. I agree. Yep, I agree with you. Dimebag says dot. Okay. If it can show you a history, it really is collecting it. It just may not be sending it anywhere. That's very possible. But we still have hamburger menu in the upper left corner. That is very true. You do have that. And everybody smash the channel. There you go. So we're right at 10 minutes. I'm going to start wrapping this up. Anybody that is a member at the middle level, which is Tinkering or the Super Mega Ultimate Righteous fans, which are Smurfs, we call them. Anyone at those levels can come into the backstage, chat afterward. I would love to have you. It would be awesome to have you got any of you guys that would be interested in becoming a member and come in and join us. The other thing is, hopefully this is helpful. And anybody that is watching this, since we talked about incognito mode, be sure to leave a description of why you use it and what you use it for and how many times you use it. Now, I did say before I left, I was going to give you kind of a little bonus help thing. This is a super cool thing that not a lot of people know about, but I'm going to share it with you. So for example, here's my Chrome browser. Right here, you can see my icon at the top. So this means that I'm signed in as me. I have other levels of signing in. Classroom Academy, Michael Tested Poster, Michael as a tester, as a trusted tester, then my company, and then the Tinkering. So I could log in as any one of those or switch to any one of those. But I can do stuff if I'm working on a project. I can start a whole new, just add another profile. And it's, I could use my same Gmail, doesn't matter, but I can just set up a whole new profile with all its own separate bookmarks, all its own things that I'm looking for, building its own history into that profile. That is a super cool tip. I've done tips on this in the community. Would love to share that information with you if you're interested in something like that. And yeah, so I just wanted to share kind of a cool little neat little tip that they have on that. All right, I'm at about 12 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and take us on out. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching today. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to do this. And remember, if you have, don't forget about, and I'm gonna go silent here, but that's okay. If you have issues, with any of those things like incognito or anything like that, be sure to leave feedback on the device that you're having that issue. So it's really super awesome, cool to be able to do that too. So be sure to leave feedback. One thing about Google is they listen. Now, other products, be interesting to hear what if there's incognito in other products that you might use. Be nice to know. And I know since Edge is now Chromium based, I believe they have an incognito as well on Edge. I believe it's called this week. Used to be called Internet Explorer and Edge and so many names. And then they had versions and all that kind of stuff. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to take us on out. You guys can join in the backstage, those that are members, and we will go ahead and chat further. But I'm going to take us on out for now. Thank you so much for watching.